What's going on, guys? Jaxx the Bearded Hiker here. Today we're going to be doing a review on the MEATER Plus by Apption Labs. Now you might be asking yourself, what is the MEATER Plus? Well, the MEATER Plus is a completely wireless meat thermometer that's able to use your phone or Bluetooth so you can monitor all of your cooks on. So I want to throw this out there. It works with Android 5.0 and above, iOS 10 and above, and Bluetooth requirements are 4.0 and above. If you have an Android, you will have to have Google Play services as well. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is, if you've got any kind of phone right now other than a flip phone, then you'll be all right. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the unit itself. It's encased right here into this bamboo box, which also doubles as a repeater that extends the Bluetooth range on the unit, and it also is your charging block. Now, they do recommend that if you walk away and you have your phone with you, to carry this bamboo box with you. It's going to make sure that you don't lose a signal. So flipping over here, before we take it out of the box, you can see that it's got two magnets on either side here, so it allows you to actually put it on your grill. Doesn't really work good on a Weber kettle or a Weber Smoky Mountain because of the roundness on there. It won't stay on there, but if you had something like a Weber Genesis or something, it would work on there. So you just take this off. It's pretty easy to back on it because it also has magnets on this as well. It's got a AAA battery in there, and now the battery life on this, they claim that you can get at least to 100 charges off of this battery, and once it's fully charged, the unit will stay charged for up to 24 hours. So Bluetooth range on the MEATER Plus is anywhere from 30 feet all the way to 165 feet. I can tell you right now that the 165 feet is probably being a little conservative, because when I was doing a cook, I was able to walk well over 165 feet, probably more like 200 feet before I lost signal. Right now, there's a little button right here on here, and if you press that little button, you'll see it has a green light. That tells me right there that the meter is charged up. Now, it does take probably about 4 to 6 hours to charge this completely after it's been ran completely dead. To take it out, all you do is just pick it up right here, and as soon as you do, you'll see that this light will come on and it's blinking, so that tells me right there that the meter is ready. All we need to do is cut on the app. All right, so here's you a little close-up here. This is 5.1 inches in length with a 0.2 inch diameter. It's made of stainless steel, and the black end here is made of ceramic. This area right here, this tip right here, is going to be the ambient temperature. So this thing is not only able to measure the ambient temperature, but also the temperature of whatever it is you're cooking. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind on this is this tip right here. Most thermometers measure the temperature by the very tip. The gauge is actually set further back, about 2 millimeters back, about right in here. So keep that in mind when you're temping. And now if you look over here, you'll see, let me see if I can get you in here, but there's a line on here between right in this area right here, there's a line. When you insert this into whatever it is you're cooking, you want to make sure that you've inserted it past that line right there, because what that does is it protects all the wiring and everything that's inside this area. So the internal temperature is good to temp things up to 212 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius. That may or may not be somewhat of a drawback, like such as brisket. I mean, you know, the brisket is 200, a little over 200 usually when a brisket is ready, but as we all know, sometimes you never know. So keep that in mind. Try not to take this over 212 degrees if you're cooking something. So the ambient temp measurement is good to measuring things up to 527 degrees Fahrenheit or 275 degrees Celsius. Possibly could be a problem for you if you were doing something such as a reverse sear. I don't know. I haven't tried leaving it in there, doing a reverse sear. So I'm not really sure about that. I've only had this about a month now, and I've done about a half a dozen cooks. It's worked out perfectly so far. But we're going to do another cook right now. I'm going to show you this sexy looking app that comes along with it. And by the way, the app is free for download. I got a beautiful tri-tip in there, and this is going to be the perfect cook to show you guys how this thing performs. All right, we got a tri-tip here. go ahead and insert it. So now that we've inserted our probe into our tri-tip there, let's go ahead down here. Here's the MEATER app. We're going to cut that on. And then what you do is you click that button right there, which is how you set up this cook. And you can see our internal temperature there is reading 52 degrees. Ambient temperature there is 76. So what we're going to do now is hit this button here that says Set Up Cook. And we're going to go to beef. As you can see, there's quite a few options there. Pork, poultry, lamb, fish, other. So we went to beef, then we went over to here, there's steak settings here, sirloin, ribeye. We're gonna go over here to the roast setting, and down here is a tri-tip. Now I'm gonna be doing a reverse sear on this. So normally what I do is I pull my steaks and tri-tips or whatever at about 118, but this is gonna notify us 5 minutes before and probably tell us to pull it. So instead of setting it to 118, I'm going to go ahead and set it for 5 minutes later, so 123. And as you can see down here, there's a rare and medium rare. If you wanted to set rare, it's got it recommended anywhere from 120 to 129. Medium rare, which is what we're going to be going to, they're recommending between 130 and 139. Okay, but we're going to set it here to, again, 123. And then up here to the right, it'll say Start Cook. You just click that. And we'll put on our tri-tip now, and it will should give us an estimated cook time once this gets going. You can also set alerts on here if your ambient temperature falls below or above a certain temp, or your internal temperature falls below or above a certain. You set it yourself. It's really easy. You just click on one of these, set it to what you want, and then hit the add button. So I've tried this on several grills, and I've never lost connection once. And for the geeks out there that want to know if this penetrates cinder block walls, you know who you are. And that grill right there is where I have the MEATER. And we have not disconnected. And yes, even if the cinder block has a cover on top of it, you don't lose connection. This right here behind me is a cinder block, and that is my garage. I went inside there and still never lost connection. Let's give this a cut, see how we did. All right, medium rare it is, baby. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it informative. If you have any questions, drop them below. If I don't know the answers to it, I'll certainly try to find it out. I'm also going to leave a link below where you can check out one of these MEATER Pluses. Alright guys, the MEATER Plus, do it.